have ham stick.
Do they get on VHF and UHF?
Oh, sure they do.
They got them in their tractors?
A few of them do.
Yeah, a lot of them around here use MERS and FRS.
Well, the coyote hunters around here use
GMRS?
Use the frequencies that Marines people use.
That's illegal.
I know. I keep telling them that.
Well, why don't they just use MERS or GMRS?
Then somebody will be able to hear them.
Oh, you can buy scrambled radios now. Quan Shang.
I found the frequency they were on years ago. I had a scanner that was scanning, and they kept coming up. It's like, who is this? And I started listening to it. Oh, it's the coyote hunters.
Yeah.
And they're on the Marine band.
Yeah.
Well, that's nothing. Our township here's FCC licenses has been expired for about 30 years.
Yeah, they're not going to bother a municipality. But they should keep it up.
Aberdeen's police department's call sign was I want to say it was KWA 662.
I forget what ours was.
I remember it because it's 666.
Yeah. When I used to do radio installations, I had so many frickin' frequencies in my head. I knew the frequencies of all the municipalities around. Right off the top of my head, I programmed so many radios.
And this is K8 Charlie, Italy.
0 degrees right now. Suppose I have a
Roger that.
I wonder if Tom would go to a fire to put out a house that was could have said, that's the F word.
You ain't right.
Now he's talking about maybe knowing who the fire was and they wouldn't go to put it out or they'd let it burn or something. I was thinking, what was the guy that said, there goes the F word, house is on fire.
I'd twist my ankle going down the pole and stay there. I'd wrap my ankle on the bottom of the pole.
You ain't right.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to record that.
Yeah, I want to see that.
If it don't start, you're gonna have sweat rolling off the tip of your nose. It's supposed to be over 100 degrees tomorrow and Saturday. Yeah. I really gotta get that thing going. Yeah, it's gonna be hot.
All right, get to it. Everyone use the eye clear.
See ya.
Bye.
Bob has an appointment. He won't be.
No, I've been up since about 6 this morning.
Oh, well, he's in Kiev all morning.
No, I'm laying in there in the bed trying to decide on whether or not I want to get up. I'm probably laid there for an hour and a half.
Why?
Don't ask me why. If I knew why, I'd be able to tell you.
Okay.
I ain't got nothing to do.
I got a lot of things to do. You can come over here and do them.
No, I got a whole lot to do. I just don't want to do it.
Are you lazy?
Oh, man, come on now. You know better than ask that question. You already know the answer to that. What's wrong with you?
I I just want to hear you say it.
Why? Do you think saying it will change anything?
Well, maybe it'll change it. You keep saying you're lazy enough, maybe you'll become not lazy.
Yeah, but I like it.
Yeah, okay, as long as you're happy.
I'm reasonably happy.
Okay.
If I could ever get rid of the Jergens, I'd be extremely happy. I don't think that's all it says that I have to be reasonably happy.
Roger that. Roger that.
I don't think his power supply is very stable, so he's got a little bit of a jerk or a whoop something going on there, but the frequency is stable.
Back on with us.
They dock the tails. I don't know why they dock the tails on them dogs. It's just ridiculous because the tail is part of their stability. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's what gives them balance and agility.
Man.
Enjoying this cool down a little bit and been working for 10 here lately.
Relay there, Gary.
Yeah, I'll be back there.
Title 47. Nobody should even be talking on radio. You know, the only thing you'd be doing is saying, okay, I got traffic from this family to that family. Everything's okay. We're alive. Okay. Love you. Bye. I mean, that's the kind of traffic that you would be passing. And that would be it. You know, nobody would want to spend any amount of money, real money, on their radio equipment if the FCC didn't have some kind of people wax like they have now. Now, there's some things that they need to take care of. There's some, like Sean up there, we know who he is, he knows who he is, they know who he is, and he won't stop. And, you know, that needs to happen. The 111 guy, I don't know. Like I said, I'd like to be a fly on the wall in that courtroom. I really would. I'd like to see a really, really good defense attorney take that one on. I really would. Because there's so many loopholes. I see so many loopholes in rules and the Constitution that a good defense attorney could chew that one out, and that guy'd probably get to keep his radio.
You missed my whole point, Oris.
What's the whole point?
They're either going to do enforcement or they're not going to do any enforcement. They can't pick and select who they try to enforce and let the others just go.
Yeah, but that's what they've been doing.
No shit. That's what I was trying to get at.
Well, I've already known that. I thought everybody on the frequency knew that. I mean, you know, I don't know. I try not to be critical of what they do over there. I'm irritated about my noise problem. But it seems to have alleviated itself. Although every now and then I can hear it pop open. And when it popped open the other night, it was bad.
Did you take some talking pills?
Yeah.
I thought so.
No, I'm sitting here drinking coffee trying to wake up.
I thought you didn't take a freaking dollar.
Why?
You got motor mouth.
Yeah. Well, I'm sitting here listening. I didn't have motor mouth all morning long. I've been sitting here listening to Joe and you and Tom have your discussion about how people were more important than principles and just kind of listening to it. And as he said, it was an interesting conversation to listen to.
So it's building up.
Well, it's like testosterone, man. And I probably have a large version of that in my body right now, too, because I feel really aggressive.
Oh. You need to go back.
No, I don't. Although I thought about getting my damn, I'm going to talk, I got a, what do they call that, physical? I got a physical Son did it for a while out there during the harvest in Utah and Idaho, and he was cleaning up.
Yeah, these guys, they go in at like 4 o'clock in the morning and work till 4 in the afternoon, but they make big bucks.
And they only do it for like 4 months out of the year, though.
No, these guys go at least 7 or 8.
Are they taking it from the field?
They do that during harvest, but then this time of year, they're taking it from silos and taking it over to, what the hell's the name of that place over there? I call it Clinton Corn. It stinks on God.
What are they doing? Dehydrating it?
They're making corn syrup.
Oh. High fructose corn syrup, the bane of public health.
And right down the road from that is the rendering place that makes dog food.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that's a reek.
So you got to buy a house that's west of that, right?
I don't know, but it's right off the main drag. It's right off the, what road is that? That would be, anyway. But, Home Depot and Walmart and all that's right across the street. And when the wind's coming out of the south, Mike, you walk out of the door and it's like,
yeah. Up in Maine, it used to be all the paper mills.
dude.
Oh, wicked. And you can smell it like 15 miles away.
Oh, yeah.
Chicken houses.
Those do.
Oh, I got chicken houses. Goddamn, them some bitches, when they go fertilizing the fields, they spread that chicken shit all over the fields. Oh, my God.
They did that here this year. They started a bunch of chicken shit and put on the field.
Yeah,
It's actually supposed to be really, really good for growing hay, and they grow a lot of hay here.
Yeah, that's what it was put on. That does reek, man. That's the first time they've ever done that around here. And I started asking questions. He goes, "Well, that's chicken shit." I'm like, good.
Yep. Instant puke.
Nasty. When they start spreading that slurry and that manure out here, the flies are so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
It's disgusting.
M4SDG.
Anyone use the eye?
I'll turn that down a little bit. 82 back up.
Joe's out back now. Pulling that.
Here, come and go on.
Yeah.
The damn rope broke.
Yep.
I quit.
I pulled it so much the rope broke.
Yep.
I quit.
It happens all the time at the most critical moment when you need it.
Yeah.
I keep a couple of rolls of different sizes on the wall. You get a Briggs and Stratton, you pull the cover off, and the mainspring goes. Yeah, to rewind them. For my Generac generator, I just bought the whole assembly. It's 4 bolts. You take it off, put the new one on. You don't lose any time or having to work out in the weather if the generator, if the rope breaks.
For years, I was breaking Stratton. Like a 2.5 to a 4-horse engine was all the same. And years ago, got one of them mowers with the crank it up and then put it down and it cranks the motor.
Yeah.
I switched that over to every mower I had for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Toros. Yeah.
There's a big flat crank on there. You flip the handle over, crank it up, and then push the button.
Yeah. Did everything I got now is electric.
Yeah.
Even my push mower.
Yep.
Honda. That's the best damn self-propelled push mower I've ever had.
I got a Honda Rototiller that I bought in 1997.
Man, do we have to talk about small engines right now?
You got one of those, Tom? Yeah, those are nice.
No.
You can do your whole garden in like an hour. just whiz through there. You do it once a week, and you have nothing to worry about.
What's the name? The Mantis or something?
No, this is a Honda, but the Mantis is a brand over another one. This has got a little Honda, easy little engine that is overhead cam engine. Damn engine up a couple years ago. I bought a brand new engine for it for $98. Honda. Yeah. Till you get the women. It actually ran until I shut it off. Now it locked. I changed the oil and forgot to put oil in. Well, no, so I didn't have the oil when I drained it out, so I put it over on the side, and I went in town and got oil, and I did put it in right away, and I forgot about it, and yeah. It only holds like
1 quart.
half of oil.
Not 1 quart, or 3/4 of a quart.
No, about a cup.
Really?
Maybe a half a cup. I don't even think it owns a half a cup. I'd say a quarter cup.
It's gotta be a small engine.
It's a real small engine, but it's got a lot of power. Oh, them little engines, man, it only holds like a quarter cup of oil. I change it about every second time I use it. I bet it's silver.
I'm not used to having as many folks on as we get from down the band there that talk together. I just kind of felt like we were rooting around in their business. I thought we'd slide down here for 5 or 10.
Oh, yeah. Got Mike now that we're on Clear Channel. I'm back on the 20, and I watch the mic better.
Well, like I say, you're not real strong, but that's the main. So just make an observation of it. I just noticed that when we were talking earlier, it's just like the voice, more like the those stuff, a little more low.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm running, man, I'm bumping legal limits, so can't go a whole lot higher unless I go in there and get that AL 1500.
Well, you're thinking about an S8 up here, about an S8, and the noise level probably about a 6, 7. So, I'm doing the same to you.
Yeah, I got you bumping between a 7 and a 9 plus, and but I have zero noise. I don't have any at all.
Yeah, that good ocean living.
I deserve a break from it. I tell you, it was bad last few days. I couldn't even hear anybody. People I normally talk to, I just had to apologize. I couldn't hear them.
My fault, Lee.
Do what?
I said it's my fault.
No, it ain't.
Oh yeah, I put that beam up, and 40 meters has been terrible ever since.
Well, is it monkeying with your dipole or something?
I took the dipole down.
Well, I don't know how it's receiving, but it's booming in here. I got a room full of it.
But right now I got it pointed at Cap Mike, so you're off the back end of it.
Well, I got you 10 over.
Well, it's definitely better than the dipole was. I'm thinking about putting the dipole back up when it cools down a little bit and just try it and see. But I had it down just a couple of feet from the dipole, and there was a lot of interaction with it, and especially in a couple of directions. But there again, I had the fan dipole up, but, I'm able to raise and lower the antennas, and when I've got 2 wires, I've got more trouble. So if the storm comes in, I can drop the thing down, but I can pull my wire antennas back up, but I've got to work them around both of the beams now, so it's more problematic with more wire on.
Did you put an add-on kit on a tri-bander, or have you got a dedicated 40-meter beam?
This is a mono band 2-element Mosley, 12 feet above my multi-band Mosley.
Those, I bet when you point it to somebody, you can get a hold of them without any trouble.
Well, I've only had a few openings, but it seems to work really well. There's a lot of rejection off to the side. I figure it's 2 to 3 S units better than my dipole.
You should send him a picture, Bill.
Yeah, that'd be neat there now.
Are you on your computer, Lee?
No, I'm not. I'm remodeling out here in the shack. Computer's sitting in there in the house, just out of my way.
What's your phone number?
You ready?
Yep.
334-744-9397.
Got it.
Did I hear Chip say he was down in Atlanta? Is that correct?
He was going to Atlanta to fish, I thought.
He said he was down in the hollers on 40 meters. He was down in the valleys, but that really don't matter on 40. He's thinking 2 meters, I guess, but he's running that vertical, and he was just going longer than everybody. That's why Captain Mike, I had well, the guy was close to this, just hearing that was.
Oh, okay. W9GX6.
W4, WTS.
K4 Silver.
I just texted you a picture of it there, Lee.
Bill, a Sawzall would take care of this problem.
Which problem is that?
That 40-meter antenna messing up the band.
I'm not following you.
Just cut the mass above the tri-bender.
Oh yeah, just take it down.
Yeah, just take it down one step. Sawzall.
Oh man, that's pretty, Bill.
Well, thank you. It works pretty well. It's at 67 feet, the 40 is, and the multi-bander's somewhere around 55.
But you're up a quarter wavelength on that thing.
Yes, I am. Actually, half wavelength, isn't it?
No, see. But yeah, right, it is halfway.
It does pretty good. I mean, it's just a 2-element, but the problem is, if I point it to Europe and there's a lot of people that can hear me that are 100-watt stations, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm 40 over there, but they're trying to get back to me on 100 watts or whatever, 400 watts, and I guess when you get into the 40-meter beams, there's not quite as many of them out there as there are the higher bands, and so that's one of the things. You're a lot louder and you can hear a lot better, but get a lot of stations trying to come back to you that don't have no oomph.
Yeah, I got so if the noise is up there, you have a little trouble with it.
Well, I mean, the good thing is you can hear stations that you wouldn't normally hear, but most of the stuff you talk in Europe, it's the same stations over and over, but with this thing here, you can get quite a few more. So I tell you, Hal's got that cubical quad, 40-meter cubical quad. So that's a beast now.
Oh man, I bet it is. I know that's a monster, but that's full weight.
Oh yeah, and it can take it up to about I think he can go Cap Mike, about 75 feet.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've got fairly good antennas now. I keep kidding everybody. I'm gonna put me up a 4-element 80-meter here before long.
I seen a guy put up he had I forgot how many elements it was. It was at least 2, and it may have been 3. And he had a 80-meter beam. He was over, seemed like he's over in England. and he owned a crane company. And he was holding that joker up with his crane. And when he wanted to rotate the beam, he got out there and cranked the crane up and spun the crane house, the wheelhouse around. And he'd turn it wherever he wanted, go back to the house, get on the radio.
Yeah, I bet there's not very many of those 80-meter beams out there. There's probably I don't know. I read somewhere that most amateurs don't even run an amplifier, and only about 20% actually have beams. And out of that, I don't know how many of them's got 40s, and then even less with 80s. You know.
Yeah, that's a rare breed, 80s. I mean, you talk about a monster antenna. You gotta have a bunch of money and a bunch of property to run an 80-meter beam.
Yeah, that's right. And I tell you, it's not so much the beam that costs; it's everything else.
Yeah, they generally don't rotate the antenna. They generally rotate the whole tower.
Yeah. Yep. Then you're talking about a pretty good sized rotor.
Oh yeah. I mean, they got big old electric motors. I mean, they're all custom built. There's a guy up, seems like he's got too tall, man, upstate New York up that way somewhere. And he's got a farm that's just, oh my goodness. He's got more stuff up than W1AW.
Well, there's a guy over in Australia that's got a rotating tower, and he rotates it with a drive shaft off his car. Or not his car, but I mean he's literally got an engine sitting out there with a drive shaft on it that turns the gear that turns the tower.
Well, hey, Phil, I'm gonna go and Cap Mike, Gary, and all. I'm gonna go fill my coffee up one more time, see some wife up. Probably add to the pot. She ought to be getting up here pretty quick. So I'll the dudes start driving. I'm gonna come back one more round before I go cut the grass. K4C1.
Come on back. I just got coffee.
84 FM.
79GX6.
Well, I've got three really good signals, all three of you coming in loud and proud to the Tennessee Valley.
I'd turn my Knox filter on somebody tuning up down there.
Yeah. This part of 40, you get some craziness sometimes.
Well, I got you guys 15 over, both of you, Bill and Gary, 15 over.
30 on my bazooka, 30 over.
Whoa.
Well, I just turned it off. Let's see what you got right there.
If you're talking to me, here I am, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, my stingy meter says 10. Wait a minute. I turned it on. Hang on. There we go.
Golly bum. Well, I'm just about ready to finish my coffee, and I'm home alone.
15 over.
Yep, sounds about the same then. Except for Gary, who is apparently a better receiver.
I'm telling you, this diversity is the stuff.
Hey, Trump's getting rid of that now.
That's okay. I'm going to keep mine. We were 20 over when Bill was giving you that one. It's up and down. Sometimes you get, I see the signals leak crept up from S9 all the way to 20 over and then back down. And that's just how the band's going. It's kind of like on a rotation.
That's the way Chip was. Sometimes he was down in the mud, and then other times I could hear him pretty good.
Part of that's mobile and part of it's the band. Yeah, it's just, boy, it's been unstable to say the least.
Well, you have to keep in mind, Lee is over 600 miles from me, so it's a pretty good haul.
Oh yeah.
Well, 40's so funny, you'll miss gaps, and there'll be gaps between you, and sometimes the band's long, sometimes it's short, sometimes it moves back and forth.
Seems like for the past few months, it's done a lot of moving.
Well, it has. I
That's
think
why
it's
I'm
starting to get a
fooling with
little
this thing
better.
here. I'm just trying to learn how to move with it, but boy, it ain't easy. some of the condition gurus say that it goes from a horizontal phasing to a vertical phasing back to a horizontal and somewhere in between. So I've been trying to negate that, but it ain't easy.
I see here Trump has ordered a new census that does not count illegals.
Oh boy.
I have instructed our Department of Commerce to immediately begin work on a new and highly accurate census based on modern-day facts and figures, and importantly, using the results and information gained, yada, yada, yada. People in our country illegally will not be counted in the census. I don't know why you count illegals anyway.
Well, if they're going to vote, you might as well count them again.
Well, they ain't going to vote, but what they're doing is they're increasing, they're using them to create more legislative seats in the House. So the states that's got a lot of illegals get more representation. Well, Pam's sleeping late this morning. Well, Camp Mike, did you take your walk yet?
No, I haven't really been up too long. I slept in.
Well, have you heard from Char?
I have. She's sent pictures and photos, and I'm sure she's having a little trouble. She usually gets up real early. She usually gets up around 5 to 6 in the morning, and see out there, that's going to be like 3 o'clock in the morning. So she's having a little trouble adapting.
Well, I had the same problem the last time I was in Vegas. Yeah, you're all upside down.
That was one of the problems you have as a pilot. You'd be on the West Coast one day and the East Coast the next, and it kept you messed up.
Well, yeah, and then you flew nights too.
Yep, with all that radiation. It's more radiation at nighttime there is in the daytime.
I wouldn't think so. I never would have thought that. I figured that when the sun went behind the Earth, it blocked some of it.
Well, it's the radiation, and the more dangerous radiation is from the outer space. I forget how exactly that works, but the bottom line is you have a higher risk of radiation exposure at nighttime.
You mean I need to put sunscreen on Miss Lacey at night?
There you go. Well, keep in mind, if you go to that space.com or whatever, it'll show you that that during the heavy sunspot activity, the sun's lighting us up with those CMEs. Very little of the radiation gets to Earth from the rest of the universe, but when we get into the low part of the cycle, it increases, and you have a higher risk for the population.
Is that because of the ionosphere?
Yeah, apparently when the sun lights up I'll use the word lights up the ionosphere, it blocks off all that terrible stuff.
Well, I look at Weather Underground, and the UV index today is 10, very high, and that's one of the reasons I wait to go down to feed the horses, because I want to get the sunscreen on Miss Lacey, during the time that she really needs it. Put sunscreen on her face every day.
Wow, I didn't know you did it every day.
Hey, in the wintertime, when the hair grows, like right now, their eyebrows are pretty much don't have any hair, and their muzzles are real thin, and he's pink-skinned horse. So, yeah, This time of year, every day, I put it on every day. She'll burn.
Never knew that.
When I bought her 15 years ago, I think I got her in July or August, and she was burnt bad, and her face was peeling real bad. And when I went to get her, she was standing she'd stay all day in a stall, in the shade. Now up here, I put the sunscreen on her, and then I put a fly mask that has 70 UV of supposedly of sun resistance over the top of that. And then I try to set that roll of hay in the shade where she can stay out of the sun, And she's done real good, but they say the reason she lost the other eye was due to UV.
Well, she's lucky to have somebody that goes to the trouble you do to make sure she's healthy and comfortable.
Well, I've got more horses that I need, but that's the biggest reason that I keep them, because I'd hate for them to go somewhere that nobody kept them up, Proverbs 12:10, Gary.
I heard you quote it many times. I've just got one little fuzzy-faced dog I'm trying to treat good. She's here following me around right now, wagging that tail. She knows it's nearing the 9:30 hour. Usually about 9:30, by then we're somewhere thereabouts. We're on our little circle down around the creek in the pine thicket.
They've got an alarm clock, and usually about this time Rosie will come in here and start barking. I'm surprised Pam must have got up and I didn't see her or something, but she'll come in and remind me, hey, it's time.
That's the way Pearl is. She's a good girl. Got to where she just started doing it, but she'll jump up on my bed down here, lays down at my feet there behind me. Every now and then she'll stand astraddle of me and look me right in the eye like, well, ain't it about time to get up?
Well, Rosie does that. We've got a little bed for her that's right there beside me on the floor. And she's pretty good about waiting until we get up, but every once in a while she'll jump up there and lick me on the face and say, hey, is it time yet? Sun's up, get up.
See, Mike, you need a pooch for when the wife. Oh.
There you go. I love dogs, but I don't like the sad ending.
I know. That's what I was just thinking about a while ago too. That's only the really drawback or negative on all the animals that we love is doggone they don't live as long as us, and we have to say goodbye numerous times if we have them.
Yeah, we had an English Springer Spaniel, and we lost her. It just about ripped my heart out.
Yeah, and that's the same way with these horses. Now, they live 30 years, but Miss Lacey's 26, so, he's on the tail end of it. You think about horses, you might have them 20 years, or more.
84 Sealwell, 10 o'clock.
There you go.
W9GXX. I'll be back in a few minutes.
We'll get
Oh,
coffee.
yeah, get you a cup of coffee, Michael.
2025 Little League Softball World Series at 1 o'clock. Let's see, who is it? Oklahoma versus Pennsylvania. And after that, we got Little League Baseball, Atlantic Region, Maryland and Delaware. And we got softball again, North Carolina and Japan. And the winner of that game is going to play Captain Mike's Pool Knob team.
So, talking to JR this morning, he was getting out and getting ready to go, and he was going to go watch some Little League, I think that's what it was. And he named off teams from other parts of the country and world. I guess it's, he's there in, where's he at, Mike? He's somewhere up in your area, isn't he, JR?
He's in Ohio, isn't he?
Yeah, maybe.
I think he's in southern Ohio, not too far from Cincinnati. Hamilton, I think.
He was going to watch some teams from somewhere, so it's got to be something like the World Series or some kind of something. I don't know what it is.
Well, the boys are still playing in. They're playing in right now. They're having their regional championships right now.
Well, that's probably what he's watching is some of the regionals that are somewhere fairly close to him. He's getting ready to get going and this, that. He evidently drive just a little ways. He was going to watch some Little League today.
Well, that's kind of on my bucket list. That's one of the things I've always wanted to do is go to Williamsport and watch the Little League World Series.
That would be pretty cool.
Well, they say you can still get a hot dog up there for $2, but you know there's 100,000 people in there. They say you can't get a motel room up there for years. They're all booked years in advance.
Holy smoke, really?
Oh, it's a big deal.
Yeah, I just would have thought there's more motels than that. I mean, I know there's a lot of people goes, but when you look at the stands, I mean, there's not that many people.
They'll run out of motels here in Chattanooga, and you know how many there are here, but when they bring in like this Ironman, you know, there's 30,000 people that come into town, you know.
That's amazing.
Well, I mean, think about like a Bristol race. You know, you probably won't get a motel room in Knoxville for the Bristol race. 100,000 people.
Sleep in your trunk. Save $100.
Every time I move this morning, Miss Pearl's tail picks up. She goes to looking at me like, okay, we going? And we don't go, and she gets relaxed. And I get to moving around. She's jumping back up again. Okay, we going? Her clock is telling her it's about time here in a little bit. That's funny.
Go ahead, contact. Well, I have my beam pointed up there. Cap Mike's up in Pool Knobs, Indiana. He just stepped out to get another cup of coffee, I think. So how far are you from Pool Knobs? Yeah, I'm doing a good job. I'm running about 1,300 or so, and the beam and Gary, go ahead.
Hello to you up there on the north side of Indiana from AD4FL. I'm on the southernmost part of Middle Tennessee, down next to Alabama. Over.
Well,
I'm running a little double bazooka, and it's kind of oriented up that direction, and I'm clipping along about 800 watts. There's what we're doing, but you got a good signal down this way too. So right now, at least, we've got a pretty good path up to your part of the country. I think I heard you say your name, but I keyed my mic just a little bit accidentally, and I missed your name. What was it? All right. Here's Gary, Golf Alpha Romeo Yankee there.
Lee?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear Vern up in northern Indiana?
He's very faint. Of course, I'm 450 plus miles further away, so I got him real light.
Vern, can you hear Lee? He's down on the coast, down in Panhandle, Florida. Okay, well, he can barely hear you, and you can't hear him, so... But y'all are pretty good ways away.
How about?
Hey, Cap Mike, you got one of your locals north of you up there.
Hello, Vern. I don't know if you can copy me. I'm down here in Floyd, Snobs, Indiana. It's the bottom of the state. You're not exactly local, but let's see if you can hear me. It's Whiskey Bravo 9, Golf, X-Ray, X-Ray. The name is Mike. Roger, Roger. You're about S7, so it's up and down, but nice to meet you. I totally understand. Anyway, you're making it to the bottom of Indiana, and 350 miles, that's probably a short hop. So are you running any power? Well, yeah, that's what's making it work. You got a good antenna and you got a little power. I'm running 1,500 watts here, so but you got better signal coming to me than I do to you. So anyway, you're doing good.
It is a monoband Mosley 402. It's one of the original Mosleys before they came out with the A with it's a 20-foot boom. 2-element. Oh, it's more than that. That's just get you the beam. Then you got all the other stuff. I've got a Mosley TA54 XLN6 below this one. It's 12 feet below this beam. This beam's at 67 feet, and I think the other Mosley is at about 55. When I decided to do this, I got with Mosley, and they said I need at least 12 feet between them. So I've got a hazer. I can let the thing up and down, and that's the whole thing. Is knowing what I know now, I would have bought the Pro 67. But I think the multiband probably works better than the, or not the multiband, but the monoband probably works better than the multiband. Well, maybe you'll get you one here before. I found this one used. Of course, I don't know that I saved a lot of money. I wound up sending the coils back to Mosley and having them rebuilt. But I had been looking for a used 40-meter beam for several years, and then after I got it, I had to envision how to get it up. So I struggled over that for probably a year, and then finally pulled the trigger. Didn't know if it was going to work or not, but it seems to be okay. I say I didn't know if it was going to work. I didn't know if I was going to be able to keep it in the air. Well, the last one of these 402s, from what Mosley said, was built in 1984, so it's at least that old. And God, I don't even know exactly what date it was manufactured, but it's over 40 years old. But it, right now it's been reconditioned and everything. It's just about like a new one. Oh yeah, that's a testimony to Mosley. You know, there's probably better beams out there, but you know, when everything's considered, you know, that's why I went with the Mosley. A reputation for longevity and customer service. You know, I call Mosley and the phone rings about twice and a real person answers, and you know, they've got answers, they've got parts. You know, I hope they stay like that. Well, you know, OptiBeam has quit the amateur market, so you know the people with OptiBeams are kind of wondering how long they're going to be able to get parts. You know, they've got moving parts on those things, and I think, not OptiBeam, but Step IR, and OptiBeam has sold. So you know, there's all of these radio companies seem to have a lifespan. You know, other than maybe the big three. Well, Mosley said two things. It won't uncouple from ground till it's at least 40 feet high, and there needs to be 12 feet between the antennas, according to Mosley. And that mine is exactly 12 feet, or pretty darn close to it. Good to hear you, Vern. Thanks for coming in. And guys, I've got to go down and get sunscreen on Miss Lacey and get all them horses fed, so I'll be back here in a little bit. Good talking to you, Captain Mike and Gary and Lee, and I'll be back. W4, WTN.
Later, Bill. And nice to meet you there, Vern.
We'll see you later, Bill.
Later, Bill. Bill, the band kind of switched from your part of the country, and you got a little light on me. We'll see you in a little while.
Gary, you picked up on me.
Yeah, you kind of faded away on me too, Lee, and so did Bill. And Mike's still good and strong, and really good and strong, but you guys faded away a little bit.
Oh, I'll give you 20 of them.
That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
Well, Lee, you're coming up. You hit over S9. That's the last transmission.
Oh.
Oops, I double with you there, Lee.
Somebody doubled right there.
So it's probably going to be, I'll be in and out a little bit here and there, but for the most part, it's going to be a little bit later today before I get in much. But I'll be dropping by. KE4COL, we'll be listening to you.
Okay, Lee, I'll be sitting around here listening around a little bit. So holler. If you don't hear anybody talking, holler and give it a minute. A lot of time we'll be listening.
Okay, see you later there, Lee. You were up 5 over S9 on that last transmission.
Who, me?
Lee.
Yeah, okay. Well, hey, we got some company coming, and I got to go help the wife with a bunch of stuff, so I'm going to be pretty busy for a while. I'm going to swing in here and there and take a break, so we'll see y'all in a little bit. Man, I thoroughly enjoyed it this morning. KE4COL.
See you later, Lee. 7-3s. Have a good day if we don't talk to you no more.
All right. Well, you better take Miss Pearl for a walk. I'm going to go have breakfast, and it's good to hear all of you on this morning. WB9GXX.
That's what I was just going to say, Mike. But yeah, I've had my 3 eggs over easy and my bacon and my cup of coffee and I got a cup of green tea and everything's ready. And I'm going to go for a walk with Miss Pearl. She is certainly excited about getting going. Been a while, Michael. Good to hear you this morning. Hope you can do it again.
You too, my friend. W9GXA.
We might do a little CW after nap time or something this evening or before nap time. Give me a shout. All right, go ahead now.
W87WKY, just wanted to say good morning.
Hey, good morning. I was just about to get up and move here, but good morning to you. Sounding good.
Yeah, you're a good 15 or 20 over here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Name is Barry. Bravo Alpha Radio Yankee. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Barry. That's about what you are here, about 20 over on my little 40-meter IAC double bazooka. Sounding good.
Well, very good. I'm running a ICOM, TS480 Snyder amp with a single 3500, peaking about 600 watts now.
Let me think a minute. TS480, that's the Kenwood two-piece mobile?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah. Got one of those over here on the desk. I just did the Mars mod on a couple of days ago. I'm going to put it back in the truck. Like that radio. I got the HX model. I don't run any amp in the truck, but it helps have extra 40, 50 watts there, it seems like sometimes.
Yeah, when I originally bought this, I was living in a this was a good radio for the space that they had to put the remote head separate from the main control head. It was very good for me then. And I've kept it all these years. I've had it for about, I don't know, maybe 10 years or so, but it's been good radio.
Hard to beat a Kenwood. I doubled with somebody that I thought this morning, but I missed it.
Hey, good morning. Come in 8 ROS.
Hey, good to hear you there, Georgia Bob. We missed you this morning. Somebody thought they heard you on 81 this morning, or on 218 this morning. Hear you.
Nah, just getting in here.
Well, I'm glad you made it. I was just getting out, and beat up some more of the guys that was here just getting out. I was fixing to take Miss Pearl for a walk here in a few minutes, but I ain't in a real big hurry.
Yeah, I thought I'd punch in and say good morning, let you know I'm still alive.
Well, you've been kind of perky this morning. There's, like I said, everybody else is just getting out of here. There's another Indiana. Was it Indiana up there, Barry?
No, I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Ohio, Cincinnati. That's it. Say hello to Barry up in Cincinnati there, Georgia Bob.
Hey, good morning, Barry.
Good morning. Didn't quite get a signal report, but you're perfectly loud and clear here in Cincinnati. Okay, Romeo Lima here. Okay, you're running about an S4 here into Cincinnati. With W8 RLS? November 8 RLS. Okay, good morning. What was your name?
Bob.
Paul? Oh, Bob. Bob, have a nice day. W87WKY.
Bye-bye. Barry.
You leaving, Jerry? Leaving, Gary?
Hell, I'm thinking about it, Bob. Miss Pearl's kind of getting revved up. She thought we was fixing to go. Now she's like, oh, man, you ain't ready yet? Well, we've been around here for a while. This morning we come off 218 over here probably an hour ago, right at it. Again, well, it's longer than that ago, actually. But anyway, they've been a good little group by here. You running late today, my friend. It's always good. I sleep anytime I want to, you know what I'm saying? If I'm sleepy, I don't care. I don't mind laying in there, so... Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Miss Pearl is anxiously awaiting over here by the door. I'm going to get out and get a little round made, and we'll talk with you after a while. We'll be in and out today, so if you hear us, feel free to holler. Always happy to talk. See you later, Barry, Bob. See you later, Barry, if you're still listening. Anybody else anywhere? AD4 up there. We're going to get out of here for just a little while.
Is that AD4 Fox November?
AD4 Fox Lima. Funny looking.
Okay, 84 Fox. Good morning, and have a good day. And I'll go George. WA7WKY.
All right, take care, Barry. See you later, Bob.